Morning again. This is GT with the GT Sports Podcast here, coming to you from Wichita, Kansas again. I'm going to be talking about the games from last night. Going to go over some of the stats and look at some of the issues that I saw from the game. We're going to talk about a Super Bowl rematch from a few years back, but we'll start it off with the one and only Kansas City Chiefs. Once again, your boy called it, told you they were going to win. Something about the Chiefs when they play the Baltimore Ravens is just to me, it looked like the Ravens got outcoached. Kansas City did with the Ravens what I thought the Ravens were going to come out there and run the ball and be physical. And they came out there trying to pass the ball like they had Patrick Mahomes on their team, and that kind of got us to a point where it didn't really work out well for the Baltimore Ravens. Kansas City wins this one 17-10. Patrick Mahomes 30 for 39, 241, touchdown. Kelsey killed it, 11 receptions, 116 yards and a touchdown. They got 4 sacks on Jackson. Jackson was 20 for 37, 272, a touchdown and a pick. They averaged 5.1 yards per carry on their rushes. Gus Edwards only ran the ball 3 times for 20 yards, which is crazy to me. Looks like they got outcoached. I don't know why Harbaugh would sign off on them passing the ball that much or dropping back, doing things that's not normal. It looked like their game plan was hope that Mahomes make a mistake and then just, hey, Lamar, please make a play. It's kind of what I saw when watching the game last night. I will tell you, Spags definitely had a great game plan, plastered the receivers. They got open, but when you cover for as long as they had to cover on some of those deep balls, you could definitely struggle a little bit. So definitely looks like Kansas City is peaking at the right time, which is good for the Chiefs fans. It should be a good Super Bowl matchup here against the 49ers. I look forward to that game. Like I said, it's a rematch of a Super Bowl a couple of years back where Garoppolo overthrew a receiver. At that time, they had Tyreek Hill. So, it's a totally different team. The 49ers, I wouldn't say, are that much different. They got C-Mac on the squad. So I wouldn't say that they're that much different than they were then. Defensively, they're still got the same pieces. They got Young at defensive end now too. But overall, I think they're the same. I think they're basically the same build. I think Mahomes is kind of the staple. He's kind of the difference maker there. Let's talk about the Lions real quick. These guys go up. They were up by double digits, and then they lose the game. There were a couple of times where they're an aggressive team. They're coached aggressively. Going forward on 4th and shorts. I thought that there was a couple of times when they could have taken points, and that could make all the difference in a game. When you're in a game like this and you're doing good, you can kind of see it starting to slip. Sometimes you got to take the points just to put more on the board. Goff was 25 for 41, 273, and a touchdown. Montgomery, 15 rushes, 93 yards. They ran the ball great. Purdy, 20 for 31, 267, 1-1. C-Mac, 20 for 92 touchdowns. Like I said, this game goes down to coaching. I think that the Lions had the game in the bag, and sometimes when you have the game in the bag and you're up by double digits, like you do stupid stuff, like go for it on 4th and 2, and when you can easily have kicked the field goal. So I think that those are some things that they have to. There's gonna be some things that they look back on and they have some regrets, and I think coaching wise they'll have some regrets on some of the play calling, some of the picks that they did this game, because they had it in the bag. Like I said, you're up double digits, and you're just all over the San Francisco team. And once Ayuk got that reception where it bounces off the defender's face mask, I was like, man, like here we go. Like this, it's like the barrel roll just starts to roll down the hill. So I wasn't really impressed with the coaching. There's some coaching issues in both games that I was not impressed with. Teams, when you get to this level, when you get to the championship, and you're playing a team like the Niners that have been there, great coach, been there, done that. You're playing Kansas City Chiefs, a team that's been there with a great coach over there too, with Andy Reid. You look at it and you say, man, we have to come out here and we have to do the right things. And when there's points on the table for us to take, we got to take them. We can't leave points. I felt like Baltimore kind of got me. I was shocked at the game plan. Again, I'm completely in shock. That game shocked me. I did not expect it to go as the way it did. Kansas City did what I thought Baltimore was going to do. I thought that Baltimore was going to come out there, pound the ball, use Lamar's legs a little bit. Gus Edwards let him run the ball, and then just kind of pound the ball and pound it in there. Limit possessions in the game, but they came out there wanting to score, and get the big play. And I think that in their back of their head, they're thinking, man, Mahomes on the other side of the field, so we have to do something. And I think that that's the reason why they got into this bind where they're at, where they're like, man, I gotta do something crazy for us to be able to win the game. And I think that took them out of their game plan. Because in my eyes, that's not who Baltimore has been all season. They have been a team that pounds the ball. They run it a lot. They don't pass the ball like that. If you had Patrick Mahomes on your team, I could see that. But it was crazy to me that, Andy Reid signed off on a game plan where you got Patrick Mahomes on your team and you are going to run the ball a lot. Because, Pacheco went off. Like I said, they did what I believed that Baltimore Ravens were going to do. And the game shouldn't even have been as close as it was. So for the game to even be where it was at with the turnovers that Baltimore had, Baltimore's defense did enough for them to be able to win. They just didn't have enough offensive firepower and enough plays made on the offensive side of the ball for them to be able to successfully make anything happen. So, but now we look forward to a Super Bowl in 2 weeks between the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers, a rematch from some years back. First takes on this Super Bowl, I would say I think that both teams will possess the ability to run the ball. I think KC needs to stick with that game plan they had against Baltimore because I think that the 49ers are a similar team. Great pass rush, but they can be ran on. They can be had in the run game. And I think the Lions showed that early, kind of went away from that a little bit late. But I think that they can be had as far as their rushing defense goes. Then offensively, KC's got some pass rushers. Hopefully we get their pass rushers after the quarterback. And know that as sticky as the defenders are for the Chiefs, it's going to be hard for the Niners to get those underneath routes. And so hopefully KC stays aggressive, hands on those receivers, because they're not throwing the deep ball. A lot of their stuff is yards after catch. And so hopefully Kansas City comes into it defensively and just kind of does the same thing they did against Baltimore. Sticky defense, and then utilize that with that pass rush that they have down there too. So I'll have that pick later on, probably next week. We'll analyze the game a little bit more as we go through the week, and then we'll also start to look toward the offseason. Some things for that my Indianapolis Colts may be doing this offseason, and then we'll also talk about free agency and kind of cap space for certain teams and kind of what they're looking at, and then we'll look at each team kind of one move that I think they should make that will kind of take them to another level. So those will be things to look forward to this offseason as we got one more game left. It's Pro Bowl week this week with the flag football stuff, which should be pretty fun. But, yeah, I'll be back on later, guys. We'll catch you later. See ya.